If you guys know me, which seeing the infancy of my channel, not many of you do, but you would know I cannot get enough of these milsim style shooters. Games like Arma, Squad, and Hell Let Loose are my bread and butter. But this is a game I've been waiting to talk about for quite some time. A game I've been playing on and off since my own deployment experience back in 2017 in Iraq. This game is called Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, and I gotta say, this game still holds up for even being almost 10 years old at this point. I mean, the sheer amount of cinematic moments in this game really makes you feel immersed in the blood and guts of 1960s Vietnam and really puts you into the battle in the best way possible. I could fawn over this game for hours on end, but right now I want to talk about another game covering the Vietnam War that has been laden with controversy, but I'm still, nevertheless, praying this game sees a launch so I can get my hands on it. The game is called Burning Lands, and it's currently in development by 0 Hour Interactive. Burning Lands proclaims to be an accessible tactical simulation set during the Vietnam War, striking the best possible balance between realism and accessibility. But lately, it's been targeted with, and some rightfully so, scrutiny over the practices of its lead developer, so far in a way that many people are even wondering if this game will even see the light of day. Let's get into it. Now, if you look up Burning Lands on YouTube, you will see a multitude of videos from creators calling this game out as a scam. And the majority of these videos all come down to one main reason, and that is the current director of 0 Hour, Chance Blair. Burning Lands started out as a Kickstarter project spearheaded by a group of guys that got their start in modding a similar style game you may have heard of called Squad. With the experience and passion the team has already shown with the games of this style, you would think this game would emerge a showstopper and take over the milsim community by storm. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. Even before the Kickstarter went live, public complaints were made on Discord against Chance by members of his own team, stating a lack of communication and direction within the teams, and many devs mentioned that they would not continue working on the game unless some serious changes were implemented, with Chance basically saying a big fuck you to his team, and publish a Kickstarter anyway. Since this occurred late last year, it appears as if development of this game is completely halted, yet the Steam page for the game is still up and you can still wishlist the game. I don't know, maybe Chance can pull his head out of his ass and get his team back so we can all experience this game. There are plenty of fantastic shooters available from different wars and theaters, but not many from this particular war, at least not in this genre of game. Now, before I got into Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, the last great Vietnam experience I've had was Bad Company 2 Vietnam, which, if you couldn't guess already, is just a complete ghost town. Maybe one or two servers of die-hard BC2 fans, but nothing for their Vietnam DLC. Now, back on January 15th of this past year, just over a month ago, Chance posted an update villainizing his previous development team, and continued by saying that 0 Hour Interactive was never even a company to begin with, just a name this modding group decided to operate under. To this, one of the 3D modelers initially working on the game, Alex Dragotesco, responded with his own statement, saying he has filed a copyright for the work that he had put into the game. And since he was no longer, nor ever was an employee of 0 Hour, retains all rights to the models he designed. Now, this isn't just like grass or trees or something that can be removed and replaced, on a whim. Alex created some essential pieces for any game set in this time period. Models for Hueys, M48s, Jeeps, all things that are inherently tied to this era of conflict. The statement further goes on to say that if his work is not removed from the game by November, he'll be filing a lawsuit against Chance Blair and whatever skeleton crew he can muster up to continue working on the game. Since then, Chance has come out and said the development has continued, upgrading the game to the newest Unreal Engine 5, enhancing and improving weapon and vehicle handling, along with a continuation of general development with all new animations, assets, and mechanics. Chance has also begun releasing a new multi-tiered monetization system that claims to get backers a chance to play the game as it continues its development process. No news on if the initial backers will have access to the playtest, but I'll try and keep you guys updated. In my honest opinion, this is a game that many people would absolutely love to play, myself included. You already have a strong player base in this genre of game, and any shooter of this caliber in Unreal Engine 5 is bound to look stunning. I mean, just look at how Rising Storm 2 looks back on Unreal Engine 3. This video isn't meant to put hate towards the developers of this game and the hard work that they put in, but this is absolutely not how a business is meant to run. When your team brings up valid concerns, you don't just sweep it under the rug and do what you think should be done. You don't demonize your entire team when pushed for updates on development, when you have hundreds of backers desperately waiting to play your game. and you absolutely do not charge upwards of $150 just to playtest the game for you. Honestly, I'm still excited for this title and hopeful that it will find a new release day, but I'm hesitant and scared to put any money into the project that has already shown such huge cracks in its armor. Like always, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you hopeful for the game's launch, or do you think Burning Lands burned a little too brightly and is finally fizzled out?